This is a reply to a video by an intelligent and politically savvy, albeit long-winded YouTuber named Cardinal Virtues. His video, linked below, addresses this issue.
A lot of people complaining about the fact that, Obama mentioned God in his inauguration. And, they were complaining about it. I saw a few people bitch about separation of church and state. I saw some people saying, it's sad that he has to pander to the religious because he's obviously not a religious person. And, because no one who's intelligent could believe that stuff. And then there were people who were bitching about the fact that, he swore in on a Bible or two Bibles, depending on how you look at it. This is why I am going to be referring to myself as a quantum Presbyterian or a time cubist, if anyone asks, because I'm really tired of this sort of petty, stupid, lowbrow, pop atheist bullshit.
He goes on to rightfully explain why those complaints are ill-founded and vent some of his rage with the modern wave of internet atheism. He's right to point out that atheism and intelligence are clearly not mutually exclusive, and in countless cases, people can and do have one without the other. I empathize with his frustration on this matter, though I would discourage him from writing off the entire value of atheism in the wake of that frustration. Here's what needs to be kept in mind for all of us on YouTube and other internet forums where ideas and issues are presented, debated, discussed, critiqued, and so forth. Regardless of where you stand for any number of issues, online, you're going to be dealing with a wide gamut of people from varying perspectives and experience levels in these fields. With this topic, for example, it's common to see pro-religious people online behaving as if they've never deconstructed their views or had them questioned or critiqued before. Likewise, it's common to see people who have just recently found their way out of religion who are overflowing with enthusiasm about it but have very little appreciation or understanding of the nuances and arguments on both sides of the issue. Unfortunately, their videos, tweets, and blogs are often indicative of that. South Park parodies that attitude through Miss Garrison delightfully in Season 10, Episode 12, titled Go God Go. Meanwhile, using the same internet are people who've danced their way across every popular argument known to man about this topic, people on both sides who know the other's talking points and nuances to a T. They've studied philosophy, logic, rhetoric, papers, books, listened to speeches and debates, and done some of those things themselves and more. So, it's easy for the latter kind of people to encounter the former group and be frustrated by them. It's also natural for the latter group to desire disassociation with the former group lest they be lumped in with them. I urge those compelled to abandon the issue altogether in their effort to achieve disassociation to not throw the baby out with the bathwater, no matter how rancid that water may be. The solution to this issue is two-pronged and fairly simple. The catch is that it requires some cooperation from both groups. This advice goes out to people on both sides of all heated arguments, not just one side of one internet argument that I happen to contribute to. It's my sincere belief that the more people do these things, the healthier the discussion can become, and the less we'll embarrass each other. The first half is for the greenhorns. Whether you're a newcomer to a political, religious, or philosophical position, or you're just new to the internet as a form of modern debate, my advice to you is to slow down. Before jumping headfirst into your own production of content or even public responses, take in a significant amount of content for yourself. Form your initial commentary as questions and seek honest answers from people on both sides of the argument who you consider respectable. Once you've developed a well-deserved confidence in this matter, you can turn up the volume of your own. You'll be glad you waited until you sharpened your comprehension before you jump into the fray. On the other side, if you consider yourself to be well-versed or experienced in an area and you see people on your side of the argument embarrassing themselves, I'd urge you to partially take the same action Cardinal Virtues has in this instance. He observed negative, foolish commentary on his side of the issue and he took time to address it with correct, factual information and sound logic. I also would implore you in doing so to frequently remind yourself that these people are probably just getting their feet wet with the issue and haven't had the advantage of time and exposure that you have. Be patient with people on both sides of the argument, at least until they've taken your patience for granted, at which point they no longer deserve the courtesy. I hope this helps.